Hello, welcome back to London New Street. It has been a little while since you saw this exhibition layout of mine, so I thought it was definitely time for an update. So we're going to take you across the whole layout and I'll show you what's changed. The location of where it's kept has changed. It's now at my unit, as well as I've done quite a few bits of progress since the last update. So we'll start off on the Park Country area and let's go. So we're up on the west end of the layout, which is the Park End, which is based on Ruslip Lido. It was that was for the inspiration, as they kind of have a big lake, a miniature railway, and a kind of beach, and obviously people swim in the lake. So that's kind of what I went for. That's kind of the inspiration I took for this. Across this now I've done all the ballasting and finished the whole scenery around the lake, which looks much better, and the narrow gauge railway now all works and looks pretty cool at this end. So apart from that, I've done all the realistic water now and done the final coat, so that looks much better, and we've even got a bit of a beach going on at this end, which is realistic for London because Ruslip Lido does actually have a beach. So you've got obviously all the Tasma products on there, which I think looks really nice. And the really nice point of this layout, if you've never seen it before, it's multi-levels. So the underground, which is based on the Metropolitan, Hammersmith and City Circle lines on the north end of London. It's a rough area it's based, not anywhere particular. It's like a subsurface railway, which really does create a realistic look of how the London Underground is. So with this, I've got my Kites Lights ambulance, which you can see happily flashing away next to the playground where there's been a bit of an incident. So this is where the fast food restaurant is and the industrial end. So with this, got a nice little car wash scene, which is a knock item, along with obviously the back part and the service bit of the miniature railway sheds. So obviously this is a nice big industrial estate area where all the lorries can park up. I'm going to name some of these buildings a little bit differently. So the Big Burger probably will change into a McDonald's and vice versa with other buildings. I've done some already, as you'll see a little bit later on. And with the Big Burger, I'm going to do an interior, and it's currently got lights in as well. So that's the next big project, doing all the lighting and finishing off my Magna Rail, as you can see. So this industrial area, I think that turned out quite nice. It's got all the little details, and this end of the layout I think does look pretty good. And obviously we've got the mass hordes of Network Rail vans, which we're having a little meeting. So with the Magna Rail then, which is here, this is the end bit, which I'm still working on. That goes all the way under this road you're looking at now, and currently needs a bit of tweaking, and then I'll get that running so it'll have all moving vehicles on here. So as you can see, I've got a Tesco Express. That used to be a Hornby insurance building, and then obviously we've got a bit of a suburban area over the back with some nice posh houses, as you can see. And they go into some nice gardens, but unlucky for them, they've got an industrial work site behind them, a big building site, so they can't relax in their hot tub without any of the builders looking in over from the house that's being built from behind. So again, with this part, the front is all open, so you can see the trains running underneath, which is nice and realistic at their subsurface level. Just right to the Tesco, we've got this lovely Nightwing petrol garage, which I really am pleased with. Still need to add lights to it, but I do really like that. I think it looks really cool. So with this end, obviously it's the end with the station and the more kind of city element of London. It's all fictional, as I've said, so it's not based on anywhere. And this is kind of the North Circular Road based on. So I think that looked pretty cool in the end, and I've even got a light up underground sign. So we've been above, now we'll go underground on the subsurface train level where all the trains are running. I've been working on the 4th rail and the 3rd rail, adding more of that in because I never really finished it. I ran out of stock. So up this end of the layout, I've been working on the bridge, tidying a few bits up and swapping some of the vehicles over, as well as I've added some nice double motorway street lighting. The building site's pretty much the same, I've just weathered a few bits with my airbrush. All I've really done is add a few bits here and there to add to the details, and obviously I've got the wires to hook up. So this is my Premier Inn. I'm really pleased with this. I think it looks really cool, and it's a nice little scene. So we're now on the non-public side of the layout where all the fiddle yards are and where all my workbench stuff is. So at the moment we've just got a few trains that I run on the layout, excluding the British Rail one that's just there. So they're all stored there. I use my Digitrax controller that I got in New York, which is absolutely stunning. It really does create a London Underground vibe when driving the train for the traction control. That it is really a cool bit of kit. So up this end, just got my Hobby Zone products, which are super. So if any of you follow me on my Facebook, Amery Junction page, you would have seen a post asking for model railway companies to provide model billboard signs that I could put along my layout. So here are some on here. I think it is a really cool way and something cool to do, which hopefully others may catch on. This layout goes to shows, so people will see it, and it's kind of model, realistic, real adverts. So quick brief note, this layout will be featuring in Railway Modeler very soon, so watch this space and I'll let you know when. So with my S-Dock itself, I've tweaked some of the lighting to make it not as bright, and that's really increased realism with the actual unit itself. So with this layout, I've got obviously train text signals as well. I've had my own modules done for some ground signals, which currently still need to be done. And as you can see with the train text smart signal, it won't go back to green until the train's out of sight, which is really cool. So one thing with this layout, from operating it from behind and having the trains obscured, you can't see what you're running or if there's a derailment. So as I've just pointed out, there's CCTV cameras at each end to allow me to see what's going on from behind. So that's where we're going to leave it. So thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon.